You're listening to Forever and Ever, the Kelly Fans Podcast, with me, Paul Montgomery.
Me, Callum Michael Scott.
Subscribe in all your usual places for your weekly slice of Kelly content. Hello everybody and welcome back to Forever and Ever, the Kelly Fans Podcast. Season number 5, episode number 3, coming to you from Limelight Studios in sunny Irvine. My name's Paul Montgomery and I'm joined across the table, as I am every week, by my co-host and friend, the Kelly Chronicles' very own Callum Scott. How are you this evening, Callum?
Good, mate. I feel like I'm on form because evidently I've brought it eventually.
How long has it been?
Well, Alan gave me the Dundee game, which was the second last game of the season.
Okay, so
we at least had one more podcast then, so this will be the 4th week that it could have been here and hasn't been, so well, we're delighted that it's now eventually made an appearance.
Marie is here. The Paper Roses vinyl has joined the table of merch, which is getting bigger and bigger every week, but it's great to see her, and she's looking very well there.
She's looking well there.
Looking quite romantic, wistful and a wee bit sad maybe, but that's the life of a Kelly fan, isn't
Double
it?
meanings, mate.
Double meanings all the way through it. So plenty to get through, as you've come to expect. We'll be talking about the League Cup. The campaign, thankfully, is finally over in terms of the league side of it. We're on to the next round and a rather interesting draw against Ayr United, which is probably about as good as you could have hoped for, considering how shite the group stage was. To then get a wee derby on the other end in a couple of weeks is rather exciting, is it not?
All the part aside, you want a winnable home tie or you want a derby, and we've got both. So, particularly at that stage of the cup as well, absolutely over the moon with it. When I was watching the draw come in yesterday, as everybody else would have been in kind of tenterhooks watching it, and when I seen Aberdeen come out, and I was like, oh, we better not be going there, man, after having to drive to Peterhead on Saturday and thinking to get back up there in 2 weeks' time. So as it come down, and then it came down to the last two, and you knew it was all got to be Rangers or Ayr United. And then when Rangers drew, who was it? Dundee or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't even remember.
Who have they got Rangers to? There we go. Somebody.
Shows how that irrelevant it is, because the big story is the Ayrshire Derby anyway, and then Kelly at home is just, it's absolutely class. And it's first, well, a wee bit of history for us, because it's the first Ayrshire Derby we'll cover as the podcast, and probably the only one. Well,
that's right, and it's quite nice because it's something that we've not had the chance to actually talk about enough. So I will obviously do the big build up to that as it gets a wee bit closer. There's other things in the way, namely the league campaign, which starts this weekend away to St Johnstone on Sunday. So we'll cover that. We've got KellyCon on Friday night. KellyCon 2.0 is Friday night, sold out. So if you've got a ticket, we can't wait to welcome you to the Park Hotel on Friday. If you've not got a ticket, you can't come.
Commiserations. They were on sale for some amount of time.
I think everybody that wanted tickets got one. Since we've last recorded, Tish is back, which was cause for great celebration. So we'll chat a wee bit of Tish, and then we'll take all your questions on the X and on the KellyFC.com forums. Is that it?
Hunters to get through, mate.
Loads and loads, man. But you know what? We're amongst friends. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the time together, Callum.
Well, I've said it time and time again on here, lost count, but highlight my week, man.
It's great fun, isn't it? So it's going to be a big week. This doesn't get much better than this now, because I'll be honest with you, the League Cup thing, I think playing at Talbot's made it a lot worse too. See, if you did the two home games, you could go along and it feels a wee bit more like the real thing. It's been a dive for me, mate. I struggled to. I never went to any of the games. There you go, hand on heart. I actually struggled to even watch them in the telly, which I think was maybe to do with the coverage.
It's coverage as well, but I'm so happy that more folk are coming round to my way of thinking.
It's absolute shite, mate.
Because it is utter shite, man. Like, and I bumped into Elsa and Graham up in Peterhead on Saturday, and they were quick to tell us they listened to 3 patrons on the way up, which
Legends,
was appreciated. But Elsa telling us we're talking all the shite about the League Cup. She loves it. She says, "What else would you get these away days?" And I completely
that's a fair point.
That, and it is fair. But
and lovely female toilets at Peterhead as well.
Well, some say, and it was Elsa that put the poster.
It was Elsa that put the poster up. So kudos to Peterhead for that.
But I absolutely take that. But I just hate, and this is my problem. But I just can't feel myself get into it. Like, even if we get beat, I'm like,
doesn't feel real.
Different. It doesn't feel real. And I think that was frustrating. And the irony of all it, obviously, it's not been enjoyable. But I actually think we played our best on Saturday.
I mean, I watched it. It's never a 0-0, mate. And a different day, that's 3 or 4-0. Do you know what I mean? The chances we had, the chances we missed. We hit the post at the bar. Kilty should probably score when he goes through. I think you're beginning to see the beginnings of that team there. There's a wee bit of concern round about the defensive area, which is
irony considering the 4 clean sheets.
which is no adding up at all. And I think we're the first team ever to top a group only scoring 2 goals. All that stuff. Again, another penalty shootout loss. I think that's 4 wins out of 21 penalty shootouts.
Yes.
Something like that. Easily the worst in Scotland. But again, we are through, and it's been worth it because you got that draw. Again, quite tough for me to totally dissect the actual games because I do feel that they are sort of no real. I know they are real. They do exist and they do matter, but I don't know, just so many changes to the team for game to game, no real flow to the fitba, but fitness is there. Ultimately we go through, things to be pleased about, clean sheets, things to worry you slightly too, but you were at the game quickly. What was your take on how we played?
Just following on for what I said, like, in another day we could have won that 3-4. I mean, McCann said to me after the game could have scored 7, 8 or 9. I maybe wouldn't go as far as that, but we created numerous chances. Still wasn't. I mean, it was a pretty open game, and to give Peter Heiders credit, I thought they were, particularly first half, they were good.
The boy that came on as a sub had a great Cammy Smith.
Cammy Smith
had a great chance, didn't he?
Aberdeen in that.
Sliced it.
In first half they caused us a couple of problems as well, but then they kind of defended relative, and the goalie had the game of his life. So when it went to penalties, even that was, like, the goalie's obviously got to save one. Aye. after the performance that he's put in there. But it's just one of them. I'm the opposite of a happy clapper, and I think everybody listening and watching this will know that. But these games, I'm not getting wound up about it at all. I'm like, this is what it's like every single year. I suppose the slight concerns are that we're scoring goals for fun towards the end of the season. Not quite been doing that, but it's like the grounds and that you're going to, and they're always got to be tough games. And playing your home games at Talbot, it's obviously not the same. And I've got no real huge concerns as if what's happening here. I mean, you've seen our teams drop out of it. It shows that it's no straightforward. Again, on paper, the Premiership team should always top the group, but we all know that it doesn't work out that way. Thankful to just get through. We were never going to be a seeded team the way that it played out anyway. And then to get United in the next round is, you've already touched on it, but you couldn't ask for a better draw. Anybody
impressed you over the course of the League Cup so far?
I think Lowry's looked good.
I like him. I predicted him. Somebody else had done something on Instagram. Somebody asked for breakout player of the year, signing of the year, and player of the year, and I said Tom Lowry for player of the year.
Which you seen him come on to form towards the end of the season.
I really like him.
I think that he's been one of the better players. I think Kilty's looked good again. And when it's there again, John Jules was looking a lot more like it on Saturday than again should have scored one of the chances that came his way. But I think that he looked a lot more sharp than he has in the kind of 3 games that preceded that. I would say so. I'd say these guys, I think Ring sometimes looks like he's got a bit about it. I know we touched on that more so last week with the kind of athleticism that he provides. But the issue for me, ironically, is the defence, because I just don't see that can't be the defence that sees us through at the end of the season. I don't mean close. That in any disrespect whatsoever, but it's evident that we're missing an experienced centre half and potentially a fullback as well.
So there are some questions on that later on, so we'll pick that up when they come through. But we're badly needing reinforcements at the back. That's plain to see, which again is counterintuitive because we've had clean sheets galore. But we're through. That's the main thing. Minutes in the legs. And again, we're on this unbeaten run. I know people, you get beaten penalties, but after 90 minutes, it's quite a while for Killie have lost a game now, which is another good thing. And I think the new signings in the main have looked like they're improving us. Mathurin, I thought, was decent and all. He's quite powerful, and
he's always wanted the ball.
He wants the ball. He's got something a wee bit different, and I'm interested in the makeup of this squad now. I'm really keen to see how it all unfolds over the next 6 or 7 weeks. And Ring, for me, I think it looks a very decent player. But obviously Tish come back, which is still a massive boost to the fan base, because we love him, and the team, because he was the fulcrum of how it worked last year. Totally changed the season in terms of how we played, and just gave us that bit of calmness on the ball. And a big shock, because 5 or 6 weeks ago, it seemed completely dead in the water. The only thing that's taking the shine off it slightly being greedy is a 1 year deal. But again, kind of like a gift horse in the mouth and all that. But delighted to have Tish back.
I'm with you, mate. It's typical that he eventually comes back and it's still just that 1 year.
Aye.
Just commit to longer. But it really came out the blue again because I was led to believe that the ship had sailed. Club were always had a deal on the table for him, but you would think the minute he's turned that down, he will get money elsewhere. I don't doubt for a minute either, by the way, that he has had more lucrative offers whereby he'll be earning more money, but I think that he's maybe eventually weighed everything up, seen that Kerr have I've offered him a pretty decent deal for our standards, and he's got to play all the time. You're thinking, and you know that you enjoy it, and he's in his video and that, or coming home and all that, man, we'll just stay for a change then, man. Aye. But over the moon to have him because he's tremendous, and this isn't to take anything away from Kilty, but I think it's quite an interesting one. Had he committed at the beginning, whether he would have been the captain or not.
I thought you could see it straight away on Saturday, just in terms of his like positioning on the park, knowing where to be to get the ball, and then his like range of passing just improved us quite dramatically, I thought. But so we're delighted to have Tish back, obviously. Still plenty to happen, I feel, in the transfer market. Dom Thompson's move to Belgium confirmed, he's away. I heard Tiffany's away to Wraith.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Makes sense, aye. So I think there's a question about that and all. But aye, plenty of comings and goings to go. The window doesn't shut for another month, so we'll see how it all goes. But it's all heading towards the big game when things start properly for me on Sunday away to St Johnstone.
The real fitba.
The real fitba. Before we get on to that, the cup draw, obviously we get Ayr. Delighted with that. As we record at the minute, we don't know when the kick-off will be. Potentially could be moved to the Friday night, potentially be the Sunday, I suppose. Loads of moving parts there. But overall, like you touched on, man, it's the perfect draw. You're at home, so you really should win. Away from home obviously adds a bit of edge because you're getting the away end experience, which is always better, but becomes a much harder game. Mm-hmm. Getting a lower league team at home, is, especially not being seeded, is already a bonus, but you're expecting maybe 10,000 in the ground minimum, depending on when the kick-off time is. Are you absolutely delighted to get battered again outside the Rugby Park, yes or no?
Oh, isn't it?
Was it Somerset?
Somerset. So
was it? Well, that'd be you could do both now.
I would have been too scared
home and away
to travel back to the 77 if that was the case. But aye, over the moon, mate. And as you said, you're hoping for a big crowd, which I'm sure there will be, but. And I'm not here to dig out Ayr because we've seen the supports that they've brought at times over the years, but ironically when they beat us in the championship, they brought a pitiful support that night. I think they brought 1,000, whereas you were thinking, what? And again, they ended up beating us, and deservedly so. So you're hoping that they bring big numbers down. They've obviously started the season flying as well. The League Cups, for whatever you can take out it. I think Gary Naismith's a good appointment.
Aye, it's a good guy fit for them, well. I agree, yeah.
But by all accounts, and I think that was a pretty shrewd appointment. I know that there was folk even before suggesting for the Kelly job, which was quite
David Hanna was quite keen on Gary Naismith for a goal.
Seen David on Saturday, actually. Just a wave across, but didn't get the chance to properly speak to him. But no, I'm over the moon with that, and I think it'd be cool if it was a Friday night again. Just build a wee bit of like the full day. You know, something big's got to happen, and just hopefully that we can get ourselves through it. But again, on the new pitch and all that, and I think you will all see a huge difference. Celtic's the first game, right? We all know, and Celtic are a basket case now as well. I know we better watch what we're saying.
That was Cal. That wasn't me.
Aye,
TikTokers out there. Go after him, man. I don't mention that for a team anyway.
I've got enough on my plate now, man. I can't deal with that. Please don't put me forward for that. So right, Celtic's first game, you never know what can happen. But when we play Ayr United, it's going to be one. We'll be obviously a lot more open and going for it. I'm not suggesting for a second we're not doing it against Celtic because that's McCann's philosophy. But you're just thinking, I mean, that could be a special night. Like, could you imagine like the first game? Really, that you're kind of expected to win the part, and it's against Ayr United. But that's all the motivation for Ayr to turn up and beat us as well.
I think it's a massive event, and just as I'm digesting the draw and stuff yesterday, I'm thinking, like you're saying there, Celtic game takes care of itself. You almost, and you shouldn't do this, but the Old Firm games, they're almost a different beast to playing anybody else. They become a kind of standalone fixture almost because of the the difference in the crowd and the difference in the resources and all that. So really, your first proper game that you can take for what it is against Ayr. I hope the day, the Friday night day, in the cup. And I've just got a feeling, man, that it could be quite pivotal quite early on in the season. Like, if you go there and you get beat 1-0, it busts the bubble, mate, quite early on. But if you go there and go and beat them, I think the Neil McCann train is jam-packed full of folk and they've all got carryouts. Because I just think it's like, McCann's definitely 50-50 at least, mate, when he came in January. We were fairly positive. That was probably a lot to do with the fact that it would have taken anybody to replace Kettlewell at the time. But we were quite happy with McCann. I think at first it was a bit of a slog, but really, really obviously improved us massively. Good to watch. Signings have been a high standard. There just maybe hasn't been that one blockbuster result yet that gets folk on board. And we would take it the week before against Celtic, aye. But it feels to me like, I think quite quickly all eyes are on that now, where he can maybe absorb a draw up at McDermott Park on Sunday. Maybe Celtic beat you, but it's almost right, aye, all right. But as long as you go and beat Ayr on that big game, then I get the feeling that could be the start of something quite momentous. Not only that, mate, not only you beating Ayr, you're into the quarter-final already. What an opportunity to get back to Hampden.
I'm so with you in that, and I think McCann, of course, will be looking at St Johnstone on Sunday, but they'll be mad if they've not get their eyes on that right away. To think, like, as you said, what a momentous opportunity that is to go and really put a marker down. And as you said, like, a huge result. And we all know that we've done at the business end of the season, but so we had to win. But to really kick this season off and again note yourself into the quarterfinals of the cup and to be part of history, because we all know that these derbies don't come about too often. So if you're able to go there, and again we'll take any kind of win, of course we will, but if you can go down and really put a marker down, and if you can go that and win 3-4-0, like, folk are delighted. And again, caveating that I'm not expecting that, like, I'm no meaning to disrespect Ayr United there. I just mean, if we can really go and get cracking guys like John Jules, Joe Hugo, you're like, there's a lot to be. That's mouth.
That's what I think, Timmy. I think there's big moments on the horizon for these guys who have been great signings. Hugo, we love. John Jules has scored goals. There's Kilty, the captain now, and one of these guys going to burst out for being a good Killy player into being somebody that in podcasts you're talking about in 10 years. These are the games where you get the chance to do it. So I'm quite excited about that already, man. And like I say, the grass makes a big difference. You know what I mean? It really will feel like a proper occasion right early on in the season. I think you've got the chance to really set the tone, get yourself into the quarterfinal nice and early, and bring the support right along with you if you can go and get through that tie. So I'm buzzing for it, man.
Aye, if I listen to you talk about that,
but I'll have a can of Red Bull and do the big hype up the week before. Before we do that, obviously St Johnstone on Sunday, league business properly kicks off. St Johnstone obviously promoted last season, so no the worst game to start with, I would say. Far better than maybe going up to the likes of Aberdeen or having the Old Firm, or even Hearts obviously a wee bit trickier now. So you're going up there, you're definitely want to pick up a point, I would say. No divine right to ever go to McDermott Park and win, but it's been a bit of a happier hunting ground in a lot of away places recently. First of all, how are you feeling about the season starting? Do you think we're ready? And what kind of team do you expect to see when it kicks off at 2 PM on Sunday?
I think that we're as ready as we can be. I have seen plenty of positive signs at the risk of going over old ground that literally spoke about 5 minutes ago, but I'm not going to lie, it's the centre halves that kind of give me a wee bit of the fear. I would have liked to have seen somebody with experience come in by now, like everybody else, but we've got. I think we alluded to Dee's been suspended last week. I think that's not the case, and it will be confirmed. So whether MD else will be in the building, I don't know. But Stanger, of course, get a knock for, I think it was maybe the head injury that he got against Hamilton last week as well. So you're lighter again. Having said that, that's been Ewan Bowie's come on, made his full debut, which is good, and I think that he done well up at Peterhead, to be honest. And Rory Ellis and all coming on, so we want to see younger guys come into the fore for Kelly. It should be the whole identity and ethos of the club, but I would like to see an experienced centre half in there to really lead us, because as this tough start to the season, I said, no given right to go to McDermott and win. and then Celtic speaks for itself. And then that's why everyone again is gearing up to this Ayr United game, because that's the game that you're all right, we need to win.
Aye, that's
that,
it.
That is it. But I think that the diamond's here to stay. I think that, and I noticed that at the Hamilton game, what I like, in fairness, about McCann is that it's a versatile system when they use it. You see players move about the park all the time, and be it Ring starting at right back, but when he went forward, it's always Mark O'Hara tucking in there, and you're seeing wee aspects like that, and he did change the system to see out the game against Hamilton, which I think is good, and it's not just a case of this is how we play and that's it. Like, there is flexibility within it, but I think that is, you can see the good parts of it, and I think Tishpola coming back elevates it again. But I still think at times we can be pretty vulnerable defensively down the wings. And when you've maybe not got your two first choice centre halves there to defend it, then you're maybe setting yourself up to be under a bit of pressure. But aye, it'll be interesting to see how we line up on Sunday. Again, I've got no idea what there's maybe 4 or 5 guys that are certain I think that will play, and then it's your guess is as good as mine with what else is there. Because I mean, Lowry could and should start.
I think Lowry will start. I think Tish will start. I think Lowry will start. I think Kilty's definitely start. John Jules and Hugo will both start. But other than that, I would think possibly O'Hara plays because he's got that wee bit more physicality if we're going to be lighter at the back.
Yep.
I wouldn't be blown away if Ring started at right back. Shoring Larson at left back, and centre halves will need to be Shelty Brown and
Stanger if he's available. But if he's no, it'll be. But I'm led to believe that there's no any great concerns over Stanger. Maybe it was just kind of precautionary on Saturday there. But aye, it would be good if we could get a bit of defensive cover even in for the weekend. But aye, we'll wait and see.
Greg Taylor, man, would you take him? He's leaving Greece.
Is he coming back to Celtic, focus?
Well, he said he's Celtic are interested and another Scottish team.
Rangers.
I think Rangers would take him.
Be interesting, wouldn't it?
I think he would go to Rangers too.
Worth asking Stu.
Aye, would you take Greg Taylor? No. We would. Tav's still not got a team, I know. Might be him, but get him in.
That's weird that he's
James Talon, you know.
no went to MD. But aye, it's just I would have thought by now that we would have had somebody like that, and again I think that we've got a question on it, but the fact that there's been no defensive signings made for McCann's given, I think is quite.
Aye, it's not to say he's not tried. I'm pinning my hopes on now that there is somebody of a good calibre going to come in.
Aye,
you know what I mean? That McCann's doing the kind of Finlay Curtis thing for last year. He's like, we'll just go for 2 or 3 weeks because it's going to be worth getting this guy in, whoever it may be. That's what I'm hoping is the case. And obviously the name going about last week was Meyer.
Aye. Basically, well, Flecky sent me about the John Meyer pattern and all that.
Right.
Because it's spelled the same way. So that's the German fullback. And I think now that Thompson's away, like that'll the door for him to
accelerate
come in.
that slightly.
It's been waiting on it for a few weeks. But it's a case of I don't think that he was fit then, but now that Thompson's away, it's obviously everything's opened up, and whether he'll be into Banky's traditionally a left back as well, from
right,
what
okay.
saying. But aye, it'll be interesting. Again, interesting pedigree, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, a world of difference for the signings that we've been used to, so that is quite exciting in its own. Alas, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The season begins on Sunday. Killycon on Friday night. Sold out, Park Hotel, 400 Killy fans, 8 Killy legends. Me and Cal, Killy Match 1 shirts, loads of raffles, loads of prizes, loads of merch. It's going to be absolutely class. We're buzzing to get everybody together to start the season properly. And then, of course, up to McDermott Park. What kind of travel and support do you think we'll be taking up?
Bit healthy. I think there'll be north of 1,000 there.
Brilliant, man.
Despite it, of course, on the telly and that as well. But I think that there will be that. Kelly support's always top class, and I know it's a Sunday and it's no ideal, but it does feel like a difference. That's what I'm saying. There is that edge now because
totally.
It feels like the real football is starting. But again, what way you kick it off on Friday night with Killycon? We did our best last year to get everybody geared up for the season, and it looked all right for the first 45 minutes maybe against Livy the day after. But aye, just messed about Killycon again with everybody that's bought a ticket should received an email. But few kind of key points. same process with the names all the time. The ticket's always in the person's name who bought it, so it'd be ideal if you turned up with the folks. So if you bought 4 tickets, it'd be 4 tickets in your name. Get everybody there and bring cash for the raffle, please, because Parkdale no longer have a cash machine, so that would be appreciated. And half the money for the raffle is going to the charity that we've promoted on here before on behalf of Stevie Murray. And the day hunters are good work too, obviously, for kids that are going through a really, really difficult time. And I think Stevie Murray's got to do a skydive as well.
That's right, aye.
The money's going towards that, and that's where a lot of good raffle presents will be, raffle prizes will be there for. So if you can dig deep, that would be appreciated. Money into running the podcast, of course, enabling us to do events like Killycon and keep the studio going. But also half the money going to an unbelievable cause. Excellent, mate. And bring your own darts if you want a fling. Dartboard will be there for the winner. But you'll hear all about that on Friday night. Okay, right, we'll go over to the X and the killyfc.com forums and take your questions. But before we do that, we'll have some words from our very generous sponsors.
Allied surveyors have been carrying out valuations and home reports across Ayrshire and in Kilmarnock for over 20 years. Company director and lifelong Kelly fan Nick Davis is based here at 91 John Finney Street and is here to help you if you've got any questions or queries or are looking to get your home sold.
Hi, I'm Jim from Gemmell's Van Sales. We're a family-run business based down in Home Quarry Road in Kilmarnock. This business was started over 7 years ago from our house in Belfield, where I sold vans, and we gradually grew and grew and grew upon year. We supply all makes and models from small, medium and large to transit tippers, to 4x4s, to Luton vans. If we don't have something in stock that you're looking for, we would be more than happy to source it for you as well. So if you're in the market for a van, drop down and see us at Home Quarry Road or give us a call in Kilmarnock 01563 657 870 or drop us a message on any of our social media platforms.
A huge thank you as ever to Jim Gemmell from Gemmell's Van Sales in Kilmarnock. Get along and see Jim if you're in the market for a van. And of course, Nick Davis at Allied Surveyors. Pop into the office in John Finney Street or give Nick a shout in any of the social media channels. We can put you in touch. Absolute best in the business. Top guy. And he'll be there at Killycon as well if you want to get a photo of him.
Can't wait to see him, man.
He's a beautiful man.
He's missing for the video though.
Well, that's thing, he didn't want the limelight.
I know.
And I'm obviously delighted to take it, so worked it beautifully. Right, well, we'll go and answer some of these questions.
Yes, look forward to it, mate.
KillyFC.com forums if you want to fire one in there. First one comes from Kilmarnieg. What is with the manager's aversion to signing defenders? We've needed reinforcement since last summer, but it's now 202 days and 2 transfer windows and 0 defensive signings by Neil McCann, with these looking like missing the opening 2 games. Stanger struggling for fitness. Is it O'Hara at centre back? And what's your favourite Ayrshire Derby memory?
I think that he's right with O'Hara. I think that's got to be the alternative now. I don't know whether maybe Brandon could fill in there as well.
Right, okay.
But maybe you're setting yourself up for bother with that as well. But aye, I agree with the premise of the question. I'm not suggesting for a minute that McCann's saying that we don't need them. I'm really liking the point that you put across there, that there will be somebody there and we're just waiting for everything to fall into place and it'll be worth the wait. So aye, that's what I have to say about that. In regards to Ayrshire Derby memories, there's been plenty over the years, obviously getting headbutted at Somerset was
beautiful. Aye. That's my favourite one, personally.
Is well up there. And I go back to the Scottish Cup 2009, the first game at Somerset, because it was there, my Uncle Andy, he's no longer here, but I always remember him. I didn't have a season ticket at that point, and I get my wee cousin's ticket. He took me along to it, and it was just the first time I had properly experienced it. It wasn't like the Ayrshire Cup, and again, it was just the most Scottish Cup game ever. Like, it was pissing with rain one day, so much happened, and it set us all up for the replay, which I presume you're going to bring up.
I love the replay, aye. The famous night with the Mighty-Tail flip-flop and the David Fernandez red card. Was there at hospitality with my dad and my cousins. It was a beautiful night, so that's probably my favourite. Loved it. Right, Fraz got in touch. Hi, mate. Evening, guys. Great to have you. Had you back the last couple of weeks. Best of luck for Killycon. Got to be missing it. No worries, mate. What's your thoughts on the new trend of starting matches like a rugby game from kick-off? Kicking the ball long into the corner to gain possession. What do you think of it? And also, is it quite a concern that we haven't been free scoring as of yet? Cheers for us.
With regards to the kick-off, I mean, you're new seeing teams do it again, but it's not particularly new. Like, I've seen it for years. I remember Jeffries used to do it, and then Steve Clark done it regular. And it's funny because McCann, we obviously seem to play a lot more through the lines than we did than perhaps the two managers that I've just mentioned there. But I don't know, it's one of them that you just see most teams do it, try and get up and push, can keep everybody tight into the park early doors. But I've no noticed it per se, like, because it's just something that I think I've been accustomed to.
Yeah, I would say I have noticed it probably a bit more in just trends in football. I think, like, obviously that's the thing now. They're more worried about the territory than the possession as such. You concerned about no scoring? I was probably until Saturday, and I thought Saturday were creating chances again. The goals would definitely come.
Aye, I agree with that.
Thanks for us, mate. LH31. Which would the pod find more satisfying? Finding a good defender, or Tony Soprano finding Pussy, the character for the Sopranos?
Bon Pincero, man.
Bon Pincero, who famously was thought to be the informant.
Yeah, 100% was. Aye, was the informant. But that was, well, again, spoiler alert for anybody watching.
That was wasted the Sopranos there for anybody who's maybe halfway through it.
Ironically, Dylan's just started watching.
Oh, sorry, Dylan. And Tony ends up becoming the king at the end. So it's him that ends up doing it. A good defender would be much better for me. Vanilla D John gets in touch. Alright lads, all the best for Friday. Gutted I can't attend, but can't wait for a full rundown from my brother and all the videos of the night. Tell Big Jerome I still think of him every time I hear La Marseillaise, the French national anthem. So if it was up to you, what player specific songs would you use to celebrate goals for any of the current squad?
This is your field.
Specific. D's is good.
Aye.
It's never taken off. We tried. We've got the pod's taken off. The live shows have taken off. These is good, just hasn't it? It's flat.
Kelly even tried to help us with that as well, didn't they? They quoted the tweet and all that.
Aye, never happened. Anybody else? I feel like there's something big coming with Eric Ring. We are tune. I can't quite put my finger on what it's going to be yet, but I feel like there's something there. I don't know what else. Anything else that springs to mind? Any specific songs?
You're now converted with the Hugo, aren't you?
I'm just going to go along with it. What the hell? I thought it was a wee bit copycat, but
that's the world
that's the
in
culture.
which we live in. It's just
that's the culture. So, there's 3 to start you off, Greg. Cheers, mate. Scouser gets in touch. Good luck for Friday. Sure, it'll be another great season and a real boost in the eve of the league. Thanks, my man. Do you think sticking with the diamonds formation in midfield is the right? We can look a bit unbalanced.
Again, I agree. I think
is the right idea. I just stopped at saying right there. Apologies.
It's you can see the limitations at times, but it really suits us when we're at it. But you're not always going to be at it, are you?
We're no way was at it.
No. Evidence through the night.
Evidently. Kelly Allen gets in touch. Looking forward to KillyCon. And Cal, get your facts right. Eric Ring played with Lincoln City.
See,
what did you say instead? What did you suggest?
I honestly don't know.
Wait, you need to explain what you mean there, Alan. Because I've been working with this guy for nearly 5 years. I've never known him to make a mistake. So you need to back that up with some evidence, son. I watched the last episode at the weekend. Of what?
Wait, is that what he's followed up with?
Aye.
I don't know. Maybe we said last week we're maybe trying to work out who he played with.
Right.
Then we maybe said, like, I don't know, like Crawley or something.
Oh, it maybe means this episode of this.
Aye.
Maybe catching up with this.
Aye.
Right, sorry, I thought he was like talking about a box set that he was.
You watching anything good to know?
Nah, I don't watch telly.
What?
Don't watch telly.
Not watching House of the Dragon?
Nah, we started the first episode, turned it off.
You loved it.
Aye, I couldn't remember what happened.
Just go into YouTube and watch a recap.
I honestly think I'm done with the telly. I just can't be bothered.
And you don't even want to watch good films anymore.
Well, I will go to watch the After Sun. I will do it eventually. I'm just not in the right mental or emotional place. I don't want to greet, man.
It's amazing.
I mean, it is amazing.
It's so good, man. And it's like, genuinely one of the best films made the last few years.
I will watch it eventually.
And obviously, I think the Scottish director and all that.
Oh, is it?
Aye, well, the Paul Mescal's Scottish in it, and the Wee Lassie's Scottish.
Oh, even more for me.
But the Odyssey is good.
Aye, long
Enjoyed
shift,
it.
but good.
I didn't think it was too long. You know what I mean? I thought it'd be north of 3 years.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
It also says I'm going to meet the manager tonight. So
No, but aye, the night, aye.
as we speak, there is an event that the Trust are hosting with Neil McCann in the room fielding some questions.
That's right. Whilst we're sitting here, man.
Whilst we're sitting here, I know. Teeth Grinder gets in touch. Exciting League Cup draw. Could be a cracking night. We have had some memorable wins over that Mankey mob. My favourites are the Meditowel Twinkle Toes at the Lights at Rugby Park and the pumping we gave them when Tommy Burns was player manager. Can't remember exactly when that was, mid-90s, but it was my first away day. Do you have a favourite Ayrshire Derby game for the past? Same as you, mate. Talked about that there, man. The Meditowel night's my favourite one. Definitely. The one at Hampden was obviously class, but it was a nerve-wracking day.
Well, we got exposed to.
Stu was at that game. But he was in the wrong end. But he's a convert now, guys.
He's one of us. But he's got to come to the game, even though it's his birthday.
I know.
Weekend.
That's his birthday present for us is that we're taking him to the game.
Aye.
Dillinger gets in touch, friend at pod. If you had to choose, would you take losing the first two games if it meant beating Ayr 3-0?
At the risk of trying not to sound like that bothered, but it would be because of the reasons that you've done so well to articulate and outline that if we get beat fair, like things change. And again, whereas if you're able to go out and put a marker down, it changes everything for the better. So, and it would be unthinkable to get beat in a game of that kind of magnitude when you're at home. But I don't know. What about you?
Easily, yes. By far.
I would say so. Aye.
Got him lose a scabby last minute, go to St Johnstone. I can live with it personally. Got him sitting then play well against Celtic and beat us 2-1. I can live with it. Then beat Ayr 3-0 all day long. 100%. Gordon gets in touch. Looking forward to Friday. Hope it goes smoothly for you. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
From the pavilion menu at the Park Hotel, haggis and peppercorn loaded fries or bacon and cheese loaded fries.
I've not had the haggis ones.
Right.
So, and the bacon ones are good. Spring onion and that through it. Remember I clarified last week about what onions I eat and what ones I don't. I like spring onion.
Aye. Good, man. Good. I would go with the haggis, I think.
It doesn't seem like a place that you frequent.
The Park Hotel, nah.
Nah.
No, my kind of place, mate. Nah. I'll be there on Friday, through gratitude.
I'm begrudgingly there on Friday.
Aye. There's nowhere else big enough to host it.
True. Put the message out.
Don't think the pints are good.
Pints are terrible.
So again, to be fair, the pints are terrible. So bring cash. I just think that I know they're in a rush. I would only ever be on a Saturday. Maybe the pints are nice on a Wednesday when they've got time to fill them right.
No.
The restaurant is very good though. I'll say the restaurant is very good.
The restaurant is good, and I would recommend.
I just don't feel comfortable in places like that.
Aye.
It's just no my thing, mate.
Like when you at the presser and all that.
Like the press and I just don't feel right in it. Like I feel like a spare prick, mate. I'm sitting about, I don't know what to say. I just feel I think it's because I'm getting older. I'm just like, this isn't for me. It's like, why I wear shorts all the time. I don't care.
I wear shorts all the time.
Like I just don't want to. I just don't like feeling. I just don't like feeling stuffy. And I go to the Park Hotel and I just feel a bit stuffy.
But do you think it's a bit uppity, man?
No, even it's not the Park Hotel's problem. Park Hotel is what it says on the tin. It's a nice hotel. Always spotlessly clean. Staff are great. Be brilliant on Friday night, by the way. At least the tickets are already sold, mate. So I'm actually driving folk away from my own event here. But just generally, it's no the kind of place I would go. It's just no the kind of place I would go.
That's good.
And that's it.
You like the caddy, mate?
I don't even like the caddy very much either.
Pyramid.
I prefer the caddy. Definitely prefer the caddy.
Pyramid Royals, man.
Aye.
Pyramid Royals. I need to fill you in with something about Billy, man. I need to tell you about it.
But aye, peppercorn.
Huh? Spring onions, mate.
The Sykes, so with the cup draw, think there's really only one thing to be asked. How do you hoover? Walk with it or stand still and hoover, then move on the spot? You move.
Aye.
We have a hoover. Melanie loves, she's got a steam cleaner. We do not have one carpet in our house.
Oh, well, and there's a big issue if you go into the Montgomery.
You need to take your shoes off. So we're wooden flooring everywhere. Obviously tiles in the bathroom. Thank you to Fraser Cairns. So we do use a hoover, but not very often. It's maybe a kind of brush then mop situation.
We've just got a new hoover.
Have you?
And I welcome to adult life when it feels like a privilege to hoover the house now because it's wireless.
Oh, is it? What kind of brand is it? Shark?
Could be. Don't know.
Okay.
It was gifted to us. But aye, so you obviously battery charge it. So it means I can dish out the hoovering on all 3 floors of the house.
Right, we're flagging here, man. Come on, let's go. Right, confide in Miss 1869. By the way, just to rephrase, it's not a dislike the caddy. I don't want folks, I know there's caddy drinkers listen to this. People that want the caddy. Caddy's fine. It's just no one in my pubs that I would go to. I was in it Friday night, met Scott Watson. A couple of pints. Lovely pints to
Mate, it's not me, you need to convince you.
Right? So, big up the caddy.
Select
Good Killy
it.
pub. It's just no one of my pubs.
Nah.
But I prefer it to Parkdale. Confide in Miss 1869 says, looking forward to your battle crime on it before the match. That'll be coming, mate. Still worried about the lack of defensive signings, giving me bad second season vibes for McCann. Come on, Mikey, man.
Mikey boy.
Be negatively that
Good
to
to
us.
see Mikey on Friday.
Looking forward to it.
Not seen him for ages, so.
Sully Cooley gets in touch and says, give us a tune ahead of the Ayr Derby.
Money.
Leave that one way, me, mate. I work on it, and he said some lovely words about the podcast.
Oh, did
Aye.
you meet him in the flesh?
No, it was on the like a thread about it when a couple of weeks ago, and he wrote us something lovely, so I appreciate it, mate. Dargo86, hello guys, hope you're well. A few questions. Question one: we badly need a centre back in the building. Do you think we missed a trick by not bringing in Leon King?
See, I don't know what they know, because we're just
Never seen him.
short in general, but Leon King could go and have an unbelievable career, but for me he's not the answer, don't know.
We don't need a 21-year-old, we need a 29-year-old. We need teeth.
Aye. But I take the point they know, because we're literally short of numbers with these suspension. We don't know what the script is with Stangers yet, so of course would be a better option now and could have a unbelievable career, but I'm just like, he wouldn't have been the top of my list, and no disrespect to the player, right? I just mean we need somebody that's played 300 games.
Aye. An Ayrshire Derby in the League Cup. What a draw. I was fearing a trip to Ibrox. Hopefully we can get a big crowd in to cheer the mighty Kelly along. Absolutely. And final question, steak bake or a sausage roll?
Steak bake.
I'll go sausage roll.
Just to be contrarian.
Just the Delia Folds sausage roll made with like square sausage.
Oh, nice, aye.
Absolutely wonderful.
Game changer.
Phenomenal snack. Really, really good. In fact, she baked me some for my 40th.
Oh,
Katie brought them over.
how nice
I
is
know,
that,
it's
man?
class, wasn't it? Barbino, alright troops, should we be concerned by the less than impressive cup group stage run?
No for me, man. Again, no great, but and it would be hard not to get carried away had we won every game 5-0, but I'm still got to make an outlandish statement and say I would still almost be saying the same. No, I wouldn't be saying the same thing. I'd be saying, oh, this is unbelievable. But all these games are so tough, man. Same
Don't
every
panic,
year.
exactly.
We'll be, well, we will not be doing, because we're not doing it next year, but I was going to say we've got to have the exact same conversation next
The
year.
two new hosts will be saying the very same stuff. Also, strawberry tart, pineapple tart, or Empire biscuit.
Empire biscuit.
Empire biscuit for me as well.
Don't like pineapple anymore.
Oh no?
Pineapple Mad Dog put me off.
Oh, really? I don't think there's much pineapple in Pineapple Mad Dog.
No, but it's the taste. Like, it was so good. Like, it was like so easy to drink.
Too easy.
And then evidently, and then I just can't since I've
Were you
not been able
sick?
to drink. Aye.
You
And
were one.
I remember
Embarrassed yourself, didn't you?
get mum to get me.
Your mum to come pick you up because you were sick.
No, diluting juice.
Right.
Just the doggies orange, but it was like orange and
Pineapple.
And I was like, couldn't do
Bad
it, man.
memories. Leroy gets in touch. What do you want to see from the third kit when it eventually appears, and what design is missing from the Hummel lineup so far?
This is your bag.
I love the kits. So it's obviously going to be navy or dark anyway.
So folk are led to believe, aye.
So what I would like is the navy, but see the way we've got that kind of nice, kind of off yellow, almost cream training kind of leisure wear. You know, the boys are wearing like the polo shirts.
Aye.
See, like maybe navy with that, almost ecru, something like that. Tottenham had a strip years and years ago. Hewlett Packard pony, navy. And it had an ecru collar. It was nice, quite kind of smart. So something like that would be for me. And I think the thing we're missing for the Hummel lineup is a version of the red, sort of no dissimilar to that colour.
Aye,
that Cal's wearing. For less people listening, it's the Scotland away tap colour with the kind of grey stripes.
Aye.
Something like that would be class, man.
Aye, that would be.
Is that a good
pretty
answer?
cool? Aye, because they have like kind of rebranded a lot of the older kits. Aye.
Bullet gets in touch. We've known since December last year that we needed defensive reinforcements. MSL was signed by the Goth. We've lost Williams, Thompson, Mayo and Brannan. Why have we moved from Del Ball and unnecessary numbers of defenders to being stacked in midfield and badly needing them?
Alan Taylor's just absolutely gutted that Dom Thompson's away.
We likely need 3 in the door. I think you're right, mate. I think they will come in. I don't know if we get 3, but I think we'll get 2 before the end of the season. But you're right, mate. It's a very strange one, and it is a wee bit. I totally get why people are worrying. Ali Mitchell 91 says, "What's the dress code for Friday?" Kelly strip, mate.
Whatever you want to wear, mate.
Kelly strip shorts for me because I feel stuffy without shorts.
You got to wear shorts on Friday.
100%.
Maybe wear
Always.
shorts.
In fact, I might wear a full kit, socks and the wee tiny shinnies.
That's what we should do.
Aye. That would be so awful for that. Presters gets in touch. What's the most obscure Fitba top you've ever owned? Remember my mum buying me an Ireland home top because the school sports day and I was in the green team. Intersport had the sale on. So weirdly enough, I might have said this before, I'm into fitba strips anyway. And my dad used to get me strips for Hawkwind Sports in Christmas. So he would go in because when he was running, whoever it would have been at the time, Fenwick probably, I think they would go and get their strips washed out there. And the guy who ran it, whose name I think was Brian Nelson maybe, could be wrong, got random fitba strips in, no like cases of fitba strips that you get now, like one tap. So my dad would come back and be like, oh, there's a Deportivo lacquer in your third kit. But in an interesting twist, I had an SV Ulm strip who the guy Meyer is playing with now.
Honestly,
I did, mate. It was the exact same design as the England strip at the time. Umbro, white with a navy collar, and the wee kind of embossed stuff. Kind of England, Kevin Keegan, rest in peace, era England.
Nice.
And it had the sponsor in that eye, so that was a pretty random one I had.
I like that, man.
I've also got the team for Albufeira, who are called Club Immortal. Or
Nice.
Immortal.
Good name.
I've got their away strip.
What colour is it?
It's black with kind of wee specks on it. It's quite cool.
Wear that on Friday.
I could, mate. I might do.
I get no as much obscure per se, but it's kind of funny. Like, I think we've got a question for Gunnar Vance on the Twitter about like sports shops, like because you've seen one in the northeast somewhere in Saturday that is now extinct in this neck of the woods. But for any of the Balloch Mile listeners, so remember John McBride's sports shop in Mauchline. So that's where like Dad would take us all the time. Get trainers and all of that. There's too many funny stories you could get into about that. But they would also have like kind of kits that you wouldn't get in JJB. Cutting about. So I recall getting, and then CC get the exact same for his Christmas, like the Benfica kit. And
cool.
it was like a cool one, like kind of circa 2002. And I also get it was an 1860 Munich tat.
Oh, that's Stevie Donicky.
That's his team on it. Because it was got mixed up with Hertha Berlin there, but they're both blue and white. It was Munich, and probably that. And then I remember being in my pilgrimage to Lourdes, and I got.
You didn't go to Lourdes with a fucking fitba strip on, did you?
No, you talking about that picture?
I'm asking you. Did you wear a fitba strip at Lourdes?
Probably.
Right. What one did you have on?
Do you know the answer to this?
I don't know.
No, I remember Julie sent the hang in a few years. I remember that.
Aye.
The diocese.
Aye, that's right.
But I get made to wear a t-shirt then. But I remember buying Borussia Dortmund tap then.
Right.
And it was long sleeved. It was quite cool.
Oh, cool, man.
But again, I wasn't even familiar with them. But I think my mum got me it. But it was quite cool. But because it was green, it wasn't for me. But there's a picture of me wearing it.
Nice, man. Kelly also asks, favourite Kelly top of all time? For me, it's got to be the 90s home kits where the patterns were embossed instead of printed. 1997-98, like Hawk Sportif Sports Division. How many do you think are going up to Perth on Sunday? We reckon mailing 1,000, mate. I like the Lecoq Sportif stuff too, mate. I know it was mad popular, but the white, there's Jerome there who we'll be seeing on Friday night.
Yep.
The white with the yellow bar across the middle. I actually like a white Kelly strip. I like the sergeant stripes too. So that'd be my favourite. Would be you?
Kind of actually similar to the 0203 one.
Aye.
Just fond memories and all that. Well, again, where he asked her to get it, Dad tennis and more white than blue. But then ironically, I love the JJB one. I just thought it was cool because it's Puma and all the rest of it. I know it wasn't a particularly good season, but I think that was pretty cool. But I like the kind of big blue bar TFG. It just reminds me like the safety he got to Kelly Gibbons back then.
Oh, what a lovely memory, man. The beer bar, and another strip question. Many of our away third kits having similar navy and purple designs since Hummel took over. I think there's too much similarity. If so, what colours would you like to see? I think it's only becoming an issue because we really have to use it in the third kit. Here's to successful Killycon. Leroy answered that because he's obviously involved with the kits. There is a lot of navy. But I don't know what options you've got. I mean, I'd rather have 5 or 6 navy ones than a daft orange one again or something like that. But my group chat with Andy Kay and Rab G, where we talk about fitba strips, there is a lot of navy taps.
God, man,
just fitba strip stock.
Absolutely is, but I don't know whether I'm the opposite, where I think like the navy's obviously cool in it, but I would like the gamble, like something.
Wee bit more
younger,
wee bit more capacious.
Just get folk talking, even if you never really wear it, like some absolutely horrific, like luminous tap.
Like that purple thing last year with the roses on it. That was bad, man. I don't even think that had like shock value. It's just like, right, with the weird blue shorts.
Offended, man.
Dayton's Beard, who's your personal cult hero at Kelly, somebody you love for one reason or another, is Denick Crocher would be mine and my dad's.
Ah, good.
You got one?
I like that, and I like how we kind of got the cult hero thing, right? Remember, we've went over this time and time
Yes,
again about
yes.
what a cult hero actually constitutes. Maybe Ryan Dodds for the hipster in me, remember?
Ryan Dodds
When
would be my top 3.
had that as one of mine, and for some reason I always kind of liked Jude Winchester, man.
Aye.
I always liked him. And Alex Pursehouse, man, had a wee... But because he was a nice guy.
Aye, he was a lovely man, wasn't he?
But I just... Something maybe wasn't the best at football.
Ryan Dodds was... I absolutely loved Ryan Dodds. Thought it was class. Stevie Murray was a big one for me, man.
But he's popular though, isn't he?
Aye, he was popular, but...
Well, certainly my age group at that time. I've done a lot because
the Skinner. But he was probably one for me. Who else did I like and all? Brighton up Carry.
Only started one game against Hamilton. True, wasn't
it? 18-yard hero. Do you think Bailey Rice is suffering already because he's not the same kind of player that Finlay Curtis was? By suffering, I mean the fans are having a go at him, want him sent back already.
Oh, it's totally insane.
Too early.
Totally insane.
Too early.
Two completely different players. Plus,
early.
I actually think Rice again. Both games that I've seen the last week. There's something there. Like his range of passing's there. But I actually think, and it would wrap up the system. But I think like 4-2-3-1. But somebody's got to drop.
With Rice and Tish.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Potential, maybe for away games. Might be the answer. Aye, no, he'll come good, mate. And Panic VAR asks, if Cal had to choose between going to see Luke Combs live or eating soup with a fork, would he choose a dessert fork or a table fork?
Absolutely. This is well, I don't want to disclose the identity of Panic VAR.
Right.
But he was at Luke Combs on Friday.
Weren't they all?
Many people were.
Many
people that watch this podcast were there, and are good friends of the pod.
Aye.
But I'm just no having any. I fucking hate country music with a passion.
I've got a big...
I love music, mate. I love music.
Aye. I actually like country music too. I actually like country.
Johnny Cash and all that.
Back in the day, Glenn Campbell, Garth Brooks. I'm into it, man. I can't abide this neo country thing now, mate.
Bizarre,
I can't
man.
have it, man. It's annoying me.
And I'm really got to offend.
How is he selling out 2 nights at Murrayfield? What have I missed? This man, look, what? Wait, by the way, see if he's put in the hydro. Good for him, man. Sorry, there's no way he should be doing 2 nights at Murrayfield. He's not famous enough. He's not got enough tunes. I don't know any of his music.
No, he done a brilliant cover of Fast Car, mate, that you would really enjoy, man. But I just, it ain't for me, man. And I'm going to offend folk here, but I'm sorry. And there's so many folk that evidently do, but a lot of folk that I ken that like Luke Combs and all that don't like music, man.
No.
Nah, don't. The folk at school,
music for folk who don't like music.
Aye. But again, I'm digging out Scott Watson was there. Scott Watson's literally a musician. Get what I mean? So obviously
he should know better.
He should know better. But I'm like, there's so many folk I ken. And I'm slagging McDade here or no. McDade loves country music. But McDade at school wasn't into music. I was into music. And I'm just not having it, man.
Just full of country music.
I despise it. And Big Isaac, that obviously good mate, worked with and that, like that's the kind of shite he's into. But he would never like send you a tune, say you like this. Right. Passive music listener, man.
Aye.
But they will buy tickets and go and see these rednecks at I was going to say Hampden, Murrayfield.
Nah,
offends me, man.
I just don't get it.
We just need to find out if Stu was there or not. I
feel like it's quite trendy, but that's fine. And big friend at Pod, Scott Cameron, who was an essential
he's
part of the podcast becoming what it did because he gave us a Lenny Gigby. He's a country musician, right? But when he picked up the guitar 5 or 6 years ago, I felt like he plays country music quite different. Just feel like it's bandwagon now, man. Just my own personal conviction, mate. Anyway, hope Luke had a good gig, and if he fancies coming on the pod, he's very welcome.
Bet Kelly got on Friday, man.
We've come down anytime you want, Luke. Just feel like I could get there's guitars in here. I think I could write a country song now, and with the right production, which Stu could help us out with, it could be number 1 in the charts next week.
Aye, because the lyrics in that Pash. Drinking whiskey in the moonlight, smoking cigarette, it's the same shit all the time, man.
Bit like this podcast, man. Right, anyway, we'll jump over quickly to the X. After Sunfall gets in touch. Hi, Stevie boy. Morning, guys. Great to have you back. I see Aki's Darian McKinnon's haircut is taking a slagging on Twitter. Have you seen it?
Aye, poor guy, man.
Are there any Kelly players, past or present, that can compete in the league of bad haircuts?
By many.
Anybody that comes to mind?
nobody right off the bat. I'm trying to think of anything. I've just got to dig out. Well, I remember that in Robbie's died, he's here Bond again. There was that period, but I remember when he was at Dundee United, he went sick boy.
Right.
And it really didn't go down well. And he spoke about that in the pod, remember?
Right.
He went and got like his nipple pierced and all that, and then was back with like, and he was just like, remember, and he said that he would have punched fuck himself now if he could see it because of that. So, no Kelly played at that point, but anybody, you?
Really bad here.
Gary Hay considering
Gary Hay went for
how gorgeous his hair
went
was.
for the skin he'd look here. We all went through this phase. That's the kind of.
That was my primary one here.
Aye, we all had that haircut at one point where you go to skin heat and then 3 weeks later it looks a bit like that and you're just like waiting for it to grow back in. I mean, I was quite surprised when Ndaba took the cornrows out.
Aye.
And he had that big hair, but I wouldn't say it was bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
He could pull it off.
It was a surprise, aye.
Lindsay McIntyre, friend at Pod, and we'll be there at Killycon. Sold at Killycon, draw Ayr at home in the cup. Tish is back. Good week. All the best for Friday, lads. The amount of work you've put in. It's going to be awesome. Buzzing to be part of it. And in the words of Delia Smith, let's be having you. Boz Bust, what's your favourite crisps?
Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like onion rings. Again, going back to that chat.
It's mental, isn't it? Ali Niven says, are you more confident in the summer, in the squad now compared to last summer into the end of January? And how many points do you predict from the first 4 games? Saints and Hibs away, Celtic and United at home. You more confident in the squad?
Aye, than last year.
Aye.
Without doubt. Points wise, I think that everyone knows, I don't know, maybe 5 points. 5? Which would be a good return. A win and 2 draws.
Yep.
And a defeat somewhere along the line.
That would be
lovely.
lovely.
I think we'll get something against Celtic.
Okay.
I know.
We'll talk about that next week. Kelly Adventures, evening gents. If there was ever someone you'd love to have on the podcast as a guest, who would it be? Can't wait to see both at Killycon. You too. Can't wait.
Well, I've seen both of them in the last couple of home games.
Lovely
games
people.
At Beechwood. Pleasure as always.
One person for the pod.
Eremenko, innit?
Eremenko would be great.
So let's do Boydie.
Steve Clark. Somebody like that.
Any of them.
Ryan Dodds.
Luke
Combs.
That's why I bet a lot of the Kelly players will like Luke Combs and that.
Right. And you think that's a damning indictment of his music?
A damning indictment.
Aye. The Real Boy gets in touch. Ideal day and kick-off time for the Ayr game. I'm not sure if there's a slot for this, but I'd like a Monday night.
Oh.
Regardless of when it is, Oceans won't know what's hit it that night. I'm buzzing.
Was that the Real Boy?
Aye.
That's because he's off a Monday.
Right.
Yeah, I'm letting him off for that. I was like, what psychopath suggestion?
Surely the club wouldn't schedule it when they know we record the podcast.
Well, surely not, man.
Come on.
Live pod, straight for the Park Hotel.
Live pod in the Park Hotel.
Right, get pint.
We get great pints. Me, you, Luke Combs. Rotten pints and pairs of shorts. I think the Friday night would be great. Or to be honest with you, Saturday 3 PM is the perfect thing. I just can't see it.
Oh, there's no way it'll be that.
No.
But aye, Friday night.
Friday night for me.
Sorry, Boydie.
Gunnar Vance saw an Intersport shop up in Peterhead on Saturday. What's a nostalgic shop you love from your childhood? Obviously, Sports Division was a big one. And what a weekend we've got coming up, lads. Real football is back. So, Intersport. Nostalgic shop from your childhood.
Again, just kind of showing my age. Where I can't go that far back, but Woolworths
is classmated a bit. And it had magic at Christmas. Woolworths. But on that note, Greaves in Glasgow.
Is it shutting down?
Mike Ashley's bought it. Greaves in Glasgow was the most special experience, man. Get in there, they had all the wide range of Fitba bits.
Right, good goalie gloves.
Brilliant goalie gloves, and then they kind of plastic, almost like kind of things you flick through poster holders.
Aye.
And all the strips, and they had a brilliant selection. Why is the Leon away strip in here? Kind of amazing. Brilliant. Get up with your Christmas when I go to Greaves, man. Amazing. So, Greaves,
Mike
Woolworths.
Ashley's got to go and litter it with the 3 litre tea mugs, man.
Aye, exactly, man. Aye, so I loved Greaves, I love Woolworths. Other shops that I love, Our Price, miss Our Price. Get in and get my wee CD single, $1.99 on a Saturday, man.
William Lowe's, man.
Willie Lowe's. Aye, some folks still call it that. Kyle Anderson, definitely still need a centre half. We knew that's what we needed, but centre half seemed to be hard to come by. Hope everything goes well on Friday. Looking forward to it. We totally agree, Kyle. Thanks for the good wishes.
Kyle's also the good man that's donating the Rory McKenzie frame.
What a man, legend. Excellent.
Legend, mate.
The Click, it's Dalen. Good seeing Monty last Friday. He's certainly made sure it's his wee hideaway. He says I've made it a hideaway, but I think it's quite public knowledge that I love it.
Talk about it on here every week.
The pints of Mahu are phenomenal. My question for you both, as we edge closer to the league campaign starting, what kind of movie genre do you think the season will be?
That's a good question, man.
A thriller or a romance or a comedy?
Horror.
Horror. I think it'll be like Rocky and we'll end up winning something at the end of it.
Brilliant, man.
That's what we want, aye. So like a sports kind of Field of Dreams type thing.
Is there a film coming out about Sylvester Stallone?
Aye, it's a guy. I play Rocky. It's called. It's basically the story. He's like, it's weird because the guy is so like him.
I just seen a clip and I was like, aye.
But that's a really good question. But I'll go for a kind of feel good
After Sun.
rom-com.
Who's aye, rom-com it is.
Scott says, for players who will be having their first Ayrshire Derby, how would you get them psyched up for the match?
Well, good start, no playing any friendlies against there this summer.
Yep.
Which we've been vocal on in the past. Don't know. Show them me getting headbutted at Somerset.
Date for him.
Nah,
date for the guy for the Kelly Chronicle. I would just explain to them what I've said at the start of the podcast, which feels like quite a long time ago, doesn't it?
Well over this week, man.
But I would just explain to them the situation there. It's like, by the way, you have been good players for Kelly Subbings. You've got a chance though to move into a different level, to go into the upper echelons of legendary status by going and scoring a hat trick or going and scoring a late winner against Ayrshire. So let that be your motivation. Be beyond a Kelly player. Be a legend. Be a hero. Be somebody that the new Kelly podcast books in 10 years for their KellyCon.
Well said.
Aye, make it happen. Write yourself into infamy. That's all we want, to leave a mark in this world, right? That's all we need today. The mark of a true society is men that plant trees whose shade they'll never sit under, right? That's all we're trying to do, is leave a legacy. Luke Coombs is just trying to sell out gigs and write good country music for folk to enjoy. He's done it. Can Tyrese John Jules go and make yourself a legend? 2 weeks. I think he can.
I think he will.
Vicky Black, hi guys, was in the Kelly shop today and apparently the third kit's coming soon. Holding off on buying the goalie top until I've seen it. Looking forward to the KellyCon and the cup game. Slightly worried about the lack of goals, but hopefully we're saving them for Sunday. Absolutely, Vicky, can't wait to see you. You're right, I quite like the goalie shop's quite interesting to me. Lots of kind of 1980s kind of
Can't see it in my mind's eye.
No, pink, kind of purple and pink.
Oh wait, aye. I like it.
Gav Howson, best luck for Friday, lads. Hope it goes well, thanks. With both Tish and O'Hara back in the fold, but neither fully up to speed, how do you see the midfield shaping up for Sunday's game? Who plays and who misses out? We kind of covered that at the beginning, mate. It'll be very interesting to see. I hope Tish plays. I think we'll have a much better team with a minute. Taylor Day, very happy with the cup draw on Sunday. Excited for the Ayrshire Derby next month. We need to do better despite a tough group. I'm also happy to say that it'll be my 6th time I'll be attending a Derby match.
There you go, man.
You're a veteran, Taylor, mate. You know what to expect, man.
We need Taylor to come up with more nicknames for the new crop of players.
That's your job, Taylor. Alessandro Boscanero, who is not Italian. Plenty of questions about the defence, so I won't ask again. First league game of the season from previous years. What's been your best and worst? I'm just happy not to be part of Flag Day. Favourite first day of the season games?
Oh, again going back to that Kelly tap. John with Rangers won each 0-2. Andy McLaren scoring, but. Again, just my first real memory going to watch Kelly, and it was like really nice summer's day. Right good Rangers team, staunch orange Rangers kit, was brilliant.
Class, man.
Aye.
I quite liked the I think it was because of COVID and all that day, but the first day back up to be under McInnes, we drew on each Dundee United. So that was a
good day.
Felt like, this is real football's back. That was quite magic.
Aye.
But I quite a few for me back in the day. Certainly in the kind of late 90s and the kind of periods. It's brilliant getting real football back.
Like your kind of like first game you remember as well, innit? Was that not like the first game in the Premier League?
Dundee, aye, 1-0, Tamburn.
And worst, a nod to the Patreon. Then I did dive in Gary Locke. So we're got to go. It's got to be the 4-0 Dundee game, man. Where you're just like utterly appalling, man.
Scary, man. Kevin asks to be getting some centre backs in. We've discussed that, mate. Hopefully, Callum McGee as well said that. Talking about the stuff with Mayo and Williams been out there. Could we be getting into the first game with only one centre back available with the injuries and stuff to D's? We'll need to wait and see, mate.
Is that Callum McGee commented in both.
Aye. That's why we love him. Darren Steele, do you think we're ready for first league game of the season if we were too light at the back? Covered that one, mate. Scott McHugh, hi lads, long time listener, first time caller. What's your thoughts on the defensive situation? Dees and Larson, the only stick-ons for me. Won't be shocked to see Ring at right back, and I agree with your call. An English centre back with 300 games under his belt with no teeth. Absolutely, mate. We've covered that, man.
Thanks for getting in touch, mate. Keep getting in touch, mate.
Yes, great to see your name pop up there, mate. Galak says, one for Cal. Talk us through the day in the life of a Chronicle reporter. What's the pre-match routine and post-match? Is it everything you thought it would be? Is it a full-time gig? I'm just being a nosy bastard.
No, absolutely no, being a nosy bastard. I'm looking forward to hopefully actually getting to meet Galak.
Aye, there you go. I will make that happen.
It's interesting, man. Not like bore every day, but it's like, again, Saturday was quite a good day, but long day, went pitch Scott up in Glasgow, off to Peterhead we went, to Rory on the way back. It doesn't matter when, like, again, I'm no as quick at having it done by like 90 minutes, but I like it to be a bit more reflective than that. I think that you're most of the time writing it for folk that have already watched the game, so what's the real point in kind of trying to describe it? It's different with these League Cup games, folk have noticed it's something a wee bit different, but again, even for you and before, it was like the talking points, like 5 talking points, so like it's like that could change with the last kick of the ball. So but I suppose every time I do it, I'm like, why did I get stressed about that? Because it'll go out when it's ready, but you always just feel what you need to get it up and running, and especially when you're in the middle of doing something and then the manager or the players comes out and then you need to run away from your laptop and get back and finish things. So it can be stressful, and it is a lot of work. Like it is a lot of work with the kind of 3 pieces a day a week, but I'm lucky that I've got good folk runners, and obviously Gaby and that's been brilliant for advice, and you and still helps us to this day as well. So
good, mate. Well, you're doing a fine job, man.
Thank you. Your piece has been delayed now because there's too much going out.
Cool.
So I would rather it gets the
fuck you, man. Fuck you, send it back.
I'm been strategic with my 3 pieces out.
Well, I told you, put it out whenever you feel like it. And the Shortley Salmon Chucker says we've struggled to get the results against the Jobbers, the Akira Tozawas and Grayson Wallers of Scottish football. That's the wrestling reference for those of you that don't know. Does it mean anything going forward, or are we putting it down as just disappointing? It's pre-season stuff. On to the real stuff this weekend.
Agreed, mate.
That, mate. And the final question comes from Richard Main. Don't think the Peterhead game was as bad as it sounds. Another day we win 3 or 4-0. Definitely still light at the back and need an experienced centre back. Any insight on what's happened to Tiffany? I think Tiffany's gone to Wraith, mate. Loads of questions. We appreciate every single one of them, and thank you so much for sending them in. It really does keep the podcast going, and that's what the podcast's for, ultimately, to get your point across, to set up discussions. Hope nobody was too offended by me.
No, well, we've already talked folk. Well, we've
talked folk out of going to Kellycon. Aye. Talk folk out of ever going to our country gig. Listen, each to their own. Neither you or I are perfect, Callum. That's for darn tooting.
But we're as close to.
We're no far off.
Particularly when it comes to, well, you've got. No, but I've already dug you out with your kind of music taste. Remember, you get quite offended about that.
Aye,
the crowded house thing.
That was out.
You get a lot of support for folk.
Aye.
But you ken it was Matthew talking through me.
Well,
it wasn't me.
Isn't it always? But okay, that's us. Of course, the Kelly Theatre of Pies podcast started last week. Give them a follow and a listen as well. More Kelly content is out there. Good to have the boys back in the scene. But all eyes now on Friday night for us at the Park Hotel. It's KellyCon. It's sold out. We can't wait. Great way to kick off the season properly, and then up to Perth on Sunday. If you're travelling, enjoy it. But here we go. It's the best time of the season. The most optimistic time of the season. Where are we going to finish in the league, Cal? We're going to finish
7th.
How far are we going to go in the League Cup, Cal?
Final.
And how far are we going to go in the Scottish Cup, Cal?
Quarters.
There we go. Simple as that. You can stop here. You don't need to watch. This man always knows what he's talking about.
Never make a mistake.
He never misses. Right. Thank you so much, everybody, for your attention, your appreciation. It's always a blast for us to be here on a Monday night, and we'll be back next week with a recap of KellyCon and hopefully celebrating some points on the board for our first league game of the season. Everybody have a brilliant week, and we'll catch up with you soon. Cheers.